Niki, first of all, thanks a lot for joining us, for joining a short interview for SportyCo. My first question it would be, how did you find out about us? What do you know maybe about SportyCo, about our platform? Did you read something about our project?
So yeah, thanks for having me. And of course, I found about SportyCo on the internet. Like I was looking for uh, cryptocurrencies and sport-related cryptocurrencies, and I found it was like 2 months before the ICO. I found the project, and when it was pre-ICO, I think. And I read the white paper, and yeah, it looked really interesting to me. And like I wanted to send you guys an email before, but I just couldn't make it. And yeah, I joined in the ICO then.
Okay, nice. Can you tell me about a little bit more about your current situation? What's going on with you on this sports field?
So yeah, I've been racing ski cross for 6 years now, pretty much, and uh, the last 4 years I raced for Finland because I'm from Finland, and now the last 2 years I've been racing for Switzerland. And in 2012 I won the Youth Olympic Games in Innsbruck, and from there I have been racing Europa Cup and World Cup. But unfortunately, I have had a lot of injuries these last years. So now, at the moment, I've been injured for 1 year. So now I'm getting slowly back on feet and like getting back to real training.
Back on track. So, but this season is more or less, we can say, lost for you, or?
Yes, I think this season, like race season, it's like past. But I think in 2 or 3 months I can get back on skis and get going on the training.
You're now 21 years old. Can you say me something more about your beginnings? How did you decide for ski cross? Probably first time that you met ski in Finland is not very unusual. So, but how did you decide for ski cross?
So yeah, I started skiing when I was 2 years old with my parents in Finland, and I've been skiing like every winter ever since. And I raced alpine skiing from 10 to around 15. And then, yeah, the big changing point it was to get to the Youth Olympic Games for Finland. And yeah, the ski cross, I did 3 or 4 races before that. And it was like really something that passionates me because it's more entertaining and more fun than alpine skiing because you're many guys on the track and everything can happen.
You probably know that ski cross is also quite popular in Slovenia. Here we have now the Olympics. We have one of our main guys up there, very popular here, Philip Flisser. You heard about him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Philip quite well actually. I've been training and racing with him for 5 years now. And yeah, ski cross it's a really small like family almost, and like everyone knows each other. And yeah, during one winter I trained with Philip in the same training group, and he's an amazing guy for sure.
But this year, unfortunately, without you at the Olympics, maybe in 4 years' time.
Yeah, I really hope that in 4 years in China I can make it and get home another Olympic medal, and probably with the help of SportyCo it will be possible.
Okay, great. So tell me a little bit more about your financial point of view for ski cross. Is this for beginners? Is this an expensive sport?
So yes, it's an expensive sport, and like because you need the material that is from alpine skiing, the material is really expensive. You need 6 or 7 pairs of skis per season because they break because you crash a lot, and most of the races there in around of Europe, like there's no small races for beginners. So to get into the sport, it's really expensive, and most of the like national teams, even there, they don't have a lot of money because it's under freestyle skiing, and the bigger freestyle sports like slopestyle and like half pipe, they get all the money in there. So even when you're in the national teams, and a lot of teams are small, really small, like there's only Canada, France, and Switzerland that have big teams. All the others, it's like 1 or 2 or 3 person per team. So it's really expensive.
Can you count how much approximately costs for one season for a professional ski cross racer?
So approximately one season of Europa Cup racing, so pretty much the lowest level of possible racing in ski cross, it's around 30,000 euros.
And we found out here at SportyCo that you're still collecting funds on a couple of websites, correct?
No, not anymore.
Not
I
anymore?
had a grant funding campaign earlier in my career on another site, but it reached the goal, and it helped me a lot to get to World Cup and kickstart my career.
What is the most expensive in ski cross comparing maybe to the other sports, like trainings, equipment, hotels, traveling? It's a mixture of
So
everything.
yeah, the equipment it's quite expensive because the sport is still small, and the ski companies, they don't give away skis free like in alpine skiing. And then of course, like summer training, it's either you go to Switzerland or you go to France, and like the hotels and training, the slopes, lift tickets, it's really expensive, and during the race season the traveling is quite expensive as well.
Are there any prize pool on these Europa matches, or of course World Cup it is, but on other levels, can you earn something from as a winner?
So yes, beginning of this year, this was the first year that there was a fixed prize money on the Europa Cup circuit, and in World Cup it's getting a little bit bigger every year because the sport is getting more known. But at the beginning it was really small fees, but now it's coming slowly, and even in Europa Cup you have some prize money that will pay for your travels and equipment.
Many young talented athletes, also probably in ski cross, came to a point that they cannot progress anymore, also because of financial status. Did you find guys like this in your sport too? I mean, is the lack of money also sometimes the reason for quitting the career?
Yes, like almost 90% of the time, the only problem that you have in your career is the lack of money. Like maybe you get injured too bad and that's it. But especially when you're not good enough to get to the national teams, it's like all the expenses are paid by your parents or yourself if you are old enough to work or get money from some sponsors. But yes, I think the biggest barrier to get to the World Cup and get to the big money and big sponsorships, it's the money for sure.
Nice. Very good. Now we found out much more about your career, about your current situation, and as far as you know, the SportyCo is here also to help, to promote, to cooperate with athletes like you. So hopefully, looking forward for cooperation.
Yes.
We'll be for sure in touch with you.
Perfect.
But for now, Niki, good luck regarding your injury. Good luck with your next training sessions. And
Thank you.
and be back soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.